Hello everyone, good evening. I know it's been a while since we did a recap video like this, so I thought to just do one to give everyone an idea of what I'm expecting in the market for this coming week. I know the audio is not exactly the best. It's because of where I'm recording. There's quite a bit of an echo here, but just bear with me. Alright, so looking at DXY, alright, I always try to do my analysis starting from the DXY. So looking at the DXY, you can see that this is on the weekly, right? And for those of you on my class, I told you at the end of every week, you want to analyze starting from the weekly down, and then you go to your USD, USD, every pair that you want to trade, right? So just looking at this from a technical standpoint, you can see that the market was generally bullish. We entered into some bit of a consolidation over here, where the market was just ranging, going up, down. How do we know it's a consolidation? Because from this point, this is the low, the market makes a high, it comes down and takes out the previous low and also goes up to take up the previous high. That is a clear sign that the market is trying to consolidate because in an uptrend, you want to see higher highs and higher lows, and the market respecting the higher lows. Respecting in the sense that it doesn't come and take it out. But here you can see it took it out, and then we move from here. It comes down, it creates this low, comes up again, creates another high, comes down to take the previous low, right? Goes up, takes the previous high. But this is a very nice breakout, right? It's a very nice breakout here. The price breaks out. After breaking out over here, it pushes down to create another low and then confirms the low, right? But this is what we call a short-term low. So price breaking this point doesn't necessarily mean that we're about to see a downtrend. It will be important to see how price reacts as it goes up again, because definitely where price is, we are likely to see a push up, right? And that is what is going to be a major determining factor. Why? Because price could either come and do this from where it is, it could come up and do this to the other block or even into the fair value gap, right? So it could come up and do, give me a second. And just like this, I'm giving you my analysis in the weekly, right? So you come back into the fair value gap and keep going down, right? It could also come up into the other block and keep going down. How do I know which one is going to do? I have to always be looking at price, right? Because price is going to show its hand. It's going to show its hand. I like the first scenario more because we have a fair value gap and a breaker, right? So the fair value gap linked with the breaker makes me more confident that if price is going to continue to the downside, I want to see the reaction happen around the zone, right? I want to see the reaction happen around the zone. But for this particular week, I'm slightly bullish. The market has been bearish, but for this week, I'm slightly bullish. I'll tell you why. First of all, you can see how on the weekly price comes in, and this particular weekly fair value gap has been respected, right? I'm trying to open the template, it's not opening. This particular weekly fair value gap has been respected, not once, not twice, but three times. That is what gives me the confidence to say that. Guys, just give me a second. I want to make sure this thing is working. Sure, I said it was slow. Alright, anyways, let's continue. So in this particular fair value gap, you can see that price initially used this fair value gap as okay, thank you. We can see the price initially uses particular fair value gap here as the way for it to keep pushing up. So it was used here once, but I told you a fair value gap is not completely used and can be returned to unless it crosses the midpoint. Correct. So once it didn't cross the midpoint, it can be used again. That's what we call M. Now, once it crosses the midpoint, it's been mitigated. So we see price coming here, mitigate it in the week of March 10th, right? And mitigated in the week of March 10th. And then last week as well, it also mitigated it. It came in here and we had first rejection of that, second rejection of that. What does that tell me? It tells me that prices come to is about to use this fair value gap to move to the upside. How high is it going to go? I've already told you. I'm looking somewhere around here, and then I'm looking to see price keep pushing down again. Most likely, that's my expectation for this week. This is this is a nice push up. This is a nice rejection. Sorry, and I like to see. Apart from that, if I draw if I look between this point down here and this point up here, which is what we call our dealing range, if I look between these two dealing ranges, you can see that price is clearly in a discount, meaning it's more likely to respect the PDR rates that are below in the discount, looking to push up. So, like I said, I'm looking to see price make some very nice push-ups this week. Price will be making some push-ups. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna see price make some very nice push-ups this week on just by looking at the DXY. Right, that's on the dollar. So I'm looking to see a stronger dollar this week. A stronger dollar this week. Does not mean that the dollar is going to be strong forever. Like I said, my decision on next week and the week after is going to be dependent on how next week closes. It's going to be dependent on how next week closes. Price will also just tank from here. It's important to note that price could also just tank right from where it is. Why would it tank? Because it's already inside the fair value gap. But I'll tell you this, if price tanks from here, then dollar will be extremely weak. Then the dollar is extremely weak, which means that we are likely to see price get to the sell side liquidity immediately. Immediately. Like not next week, but in next coming weeks. Because with the rejection here, you want to see price go up a bit before it starts to tank. But if price tanks next week, which I don't expect it to, it means this is going to be disrespected. This is going to be disrespected. And we're likely to see a push all the way down to the sell side liquidity right down there. All right, so this is enough actually for you to even know what direction to be looking at. But let's look at this on the daily as well. Let's see what the daily is giving us. So let me delete this daily range. Okay. So on the daily, you can see that on the daily, the price has generally been bearish. Sell side liquidity has been taken out right over here. Sell side liquidity has been taken out right over here. And what is price doing? Price has given us, so we have our low, our high, our lower low. Price has closed above it. What does that indicate, guys? Market structure shift. I told you guys already. Indicates a market structure shift. What are we likely to see on the daily? We're likely to see price come into this other block and push up. Let's look at what I'm looking at the calendar right now. So we have news on Monday. We have news on Monday. We have news tomorrow. So that's good. You can use the calendar to determine how price is likely to react and if you're going to have a volatile week based on how the news is spread throughout the week. Right? So looking at this price could do this right? Or price could just get start going up regardless. For me, I'm looking for I have a bullish bias. Okay, I have a bullish bias for this coming week. So I'll be looking to see price push more to the upside for this coming week than any other thing. However, let me see. Yes, so I'm looking to see price push towards the upside. You can see we have a daily fair value gap here. It's something to also note. So like I said, at the end of every day, you want to also be taking note of how the daily candles close. That will give you a better idea as to what you should be looking at for the next day. But this is what I'm looking at as of now. You can see I have a DXY page. So I'm looking I know something I'm not really sure to you guys, but you can Google check on YouTube from the inner circle trader. It talks about it. So you can study on that if you want some extra study. You don't need it, but it's something you can study if you want. Right? So we have price creates that market structure shift, right? And creates it very strongly at that. So that's a confirmation that price wants to go up. So for this coming week, I'm generally bullish on the XY. What does that mean? It means that we're likely to see a stronger dollar this week. Only this week, guys. Only this week. So what does that mean? It means I'll be looking for sales on Euro USD and GBP USD. Alright, I'll be looking for sales on Euro USD and GBP USD. Let's see if we should have the exact same thing or a very similar markup on Euro USD. I'm trying not to make this video too long, but whatever you see me do on the XY, Euro USD is the inverse of it. It's usually a replica. It's usually just a replica of it. So I'll just go through this very quickly. You can see that on Euro USD, we had this consolidation zone form over here. Same thing with this. Price came down here. It went and created a high, created a low. Price takes out the high again, creates a low here, creates a higher high, and then comes out to take the low and this low. So you can see that's where and a little bit of a consolidation over here. Then price comes out, takes out this liquidity zone, comes down and breaks out here, taking this out, giving us, telling us that it has broken out of what the initial consolidation area. Then price returns into the consolidation area one more time. Now, this is where we assess that with the DXY. But what caused price to go up here? It hit a weekly fair value gap. And as you can see, I had my eye here already from weeks ago, knowing that price was going to hit that particular fair value gap. Now, that's not important anymore, so I can delete that. And then I was looking at this eye here to see where price is going to go down. And then as you can see, price went to that fair value gap. Price went to that fair value gap. All right. Now I'll be looking to see what price is going to do. Like I said, for this coming week, I'm looking for sales. So I'm looking for buys on the DXY, which means I'm looking for sales on the Euro USD. So price likely to come and do something like this. Yeah, what am I doing? Hold on. Price is likely to do this and keep going down. That's what I'm looking at. But now I'm looking to see how low price could go to. How low could price go to? How low could price go to? It's important to note a few things we have here. This particular box here is a monthly fair value gap, which means price will react from it. Inside that, we have a deeper fair value, a bigger fair value gap over here. Let me draw it so it's easier to see. It's the exact same thing we saw in the XY, guys. Exact same thing we saw in the XY. And within it, we have the weekly inversion fair value gap. So price could use any of these zones to push up. So I would like to see how price is reacting and breaking down on the daily as it's going down. right? But generally, I'm bearish for this coming week. I'm bearish for this coming week. Whilst on the DXY, what we saw or that caused this particular rejection on the DXY, let me say the DXY slightly. What we saw causing that rejection was the fair value gap. What we can see causing that rejection here is a takeout of liquidity. Now, this is giving me extra confirmation that price is likely to go down because a liquidity zone has been taken out. So price likely to go down for the short term, maybe just for this week, and then we can continue to see a push up. How will I know that I'll see a push up? It will depend on how this week closes. So I'm not making any predictions for the next 2 weeks. I'm only telling you what I believe is going to happen for the next week. But once again, like I said, if price does not make this push down before it makes this push up, then we're likely to see price go straight for then we're likely to see price go straight up for this particular liquidity zone over the next few or the next coming weeks. Right? But what I suspect is price going to go down first before it begins to push up. That's the best scenario. That's the best case scenario. Anyways, thank you guys. Before we do that, let's go to the daily as well. Right. So you can see here I said that I'm looking to see price close above the order block for the buys to kick in. Right. So until the price goes up and close above this order block, I'm not confident on buys currently. That's on the daily charts. So I'm still looking to see price make some sells. Right. I'm still looking to see price make some sells. For this coming week, we will see price do this and then come down. Or price could just keep tanking. Depends on how strong it is. But I'm not interested in taking any buys this week. Even if price should go up, it's too short. It's too short for me to make any meaningful money out of it. So I'll be looking for more sales than buys this week. I'll be looking for more sales than buys this week. I think that pretty much sums it. You can see that the liquidity zone I spoke about, that's the daily buy side liquidity that's here, that was taken out. That's led to price going down. It took it out the first time, comes back up and creates a higher high, and gives a very nice displacement in the daily charts. This is the displacement 1, 2, 3. It gives a very nice displacement on the daily charts, creating the market structure shift, creating that market structure shift. So that's about it, guys. Thank you guys so much for connecting to this. I know my audio is terrible, but if you stay through it, you tried. Thank you so much. Have a lovely night.